Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Max Clay Creations, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to make a clay model. I will also be showing you how to make a wire armature for your sculpture. I will now be showing you the equipment you need. The first thing you need are your clay tools. You can get wood tools, plastic tools and metal tools. It's up to you which ones you prefer to use. The second thing you need is your clay. I'm going to be using Sculpey clay as that's a better clay to use for sculpting. You will also need wire for making the body of your model. And I will be using acrylic pens to be painting my model, but if you prefer using paint then you can use that as well. I just prefer using these pens. And I've placed sandpaper down so then the clay doesn't stick to my table. The first thing we'll be doing is measuring out 70 centimeters on a ruler and cutting that much of wire off. This will be used as your main base for the body. And for the arms you'll be cutting 20 centimeters of wire. You now need to grab the long wire and fold it in half. And then you need to twist that wire 5 times. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You then need to grab the short wire and place it at the end of where you twisted. And now we're going to twist again with the long wire around the short wire. You then need to twist it again on both sides. And twist it again another 2 times, so that's 1. And then this is 2 on both sides. This is what it should start to look like. Now with the long wire you need to cross them so they make an X shape. And then you start to twist them 2 times. So that was 1 and then this is 2. You then need to bend the wire where I'm bending it to make the hips. You then need to cut 50 centimeters of wire, which will then be placed around the legs. So you twist it around both legs until the wire is fully wrapped around. This is how it should look so far. Now you need to cut 40 centimeters of wire and place it behind the back and then twist it around both arms. I made a circle shape at the end of the arms to create the hands. You now need some tin foil and you need to place it where the head would be on the wire and create a ball shape. I did 2 layers to make it look a bit more neater. You now need to grab some of your clay and roll it out, and then that will be placed around the head. Make sure you're smoothing the clay so it doesn't look all bumpy. And now you need to cut a line in the center of the head and then 3 lines across so you then know where to place all the features on the face. I then placed 2 circles on the head to create the eyes and bent it a bit between the eyes to create the nose. You then need to place some clay above the eyes to create the forehead. Make sure you're smoothing it all so you can't tell where you've placed clay onto the head. Now you need to place clay underneath the head to create the chin. This is what it should look like so far. I've then made 2 little circles and placed them in the holes on the face and rolled out some clay to place underneath the eyes for the eyelids. I then made 2 moon shapes to put on top of the eyes for the top eyelids. This is how they turned out. I then rolled out some more clay and placed it between the eyes for the nose. I kept blending the nose onto the face and changed it a bit, so this is what it looks like now, and I put 2 holes at the bottom to create the nostrils. I then made 2 circles again and placed them under the eyes to then create the cheeks. I then rolled out some clay and placed it underneath the nose to create the top lip. I then did the same with the bottom lip. I then rolled out some more clay and placed them above the eyes to create the eyebrows. And this is what the face looks like. I am now moving on to the hair, which I rolled out with clay and then placed it on top of the head. And all I'm doing is blending it into the face and adjusting it to make it how I want it to look. I then added 1 ear and cut out the inside of it, and added a strand of hair next to her ear. And that's the face completed. I have now added more tinfoil around the body, so then we have a base layer to place the clay on. I rolled out some more clay, and all I'm doing now is just placing it everywhere on the body. And this is what it looks like once the clay has been placed all over the body. Because this is sculpey clay, I'll be putting it in the oven to bake for about 15 minutes. Once you've baked it and it's cooled down, we can now start painting it. I'll be using these colours. I'm starting off with doing the face. When using acrylic pens, it's best to do more than 1 layer. So this is the first layer done, and then this is how it looks like with the second layer. I like to do about 3 layers, so this is what it looks like the third layer. As you can see, it's a lot more better, and you can't see the clay base as much. I am now doing the lips, and then I'll be moving on to the eyes. With every colour you use, make sure you're doing 3 layers. As you can see, this is the first layer, and then this is it once I've done 3 layers. It just looks so much better. I'm now moving on to doing the irises. I'm doing it a green colour. This is what it looks like. And then I'm going to be adding the pupils. As you can see, I changed the colour of the lips as I didn't really like how light they were the first time, so I made it a darker pink. I'm now doing the eyelashes on her eyes. I did the top eyelashes and the bottom, and it just makes her eyes stand out more. I'm now doing her eyebrows. And lastly, I'm colouring in her hair. This is what her hair looks like on the first layer, and then this is what it looks like with the last 3 layers. Here it is. And that's the face of your clay model done. That is all I'm doing in today's video, is just her face, because I wanted to crochet her clothes. I was thinking of crocheting her a jumper and then maybe making her a skirt and then probably colouring in tights for her. I've never made one of these before. I'm actually really proud of how she turned out, and I can't wait to crochet her the clothes and see how she looks with everything put together. If you followed this tutorial, I would love to know if you made one of these yourself, and Comment how well you did and if you liked the way yours turned out. What inspired this look was the Wallace and Gromit films, and I'm just very proud of how she turned out. Thank you for watching my video. I do hope you enjoyed, and please leave a comment if you decided to make one yourself. If you like this video, check out my channel and other platforms. See you next time. Bye!